we are honored to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Mary Lee Bordelon, class of 2005, as our keynote speaker today. Lieutenant Colonel Bordelon has built a distinguished career in the United States Air Force, where she currently serves as commander of the 571st Mobility Support Advisory Squadron in California. An accomplished pilot with over 2,000 flight hours, she has served in various military operations throughout the world. Her leadership roles have included serving as the Philippines and Indonesia country director for the Secretary of the Air Force and lead planner for the Secretary of the Air Force Strategic Execution Group at the Pentagon. She holds a BA in sociology from the University of Portland and a master's in international relations from American Military University. She is also a dedicated member of the Cristo Rey Network Board of Directors. Her journey from our classrooms to global leadership is a true example of our school's motto, enter to learn and leave to serve. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Colonel Mary Lee Bordelon.
Thank you, Amanda. Good afternoon, graduates, families, faculty, staff, and friends. Today we celebrate the 21st graduating class of De La Salle North Catholic High School. 49 strong, bold, brilliant students, each one accepted into college. That is not just a statistic. That is a testament to who you are and to the village that got you here. To the families and guardians, thank you. Thank you for the late nights, the sacrifices, the rides, the pep talks, the quiet strength, and the constant belief that your students' future matters. Today is your victory too. To the faculty and staff, you didn't just choose to work in education, you chose to work in this community, at this Lasallian and Cristo Rey Network School. A school with a mission that requires more than just lesson plans. You've poured your energy, your mentorship, your patience, and your hearts into these students. You challenged them, you lifted them, you believed in them, even if they didn't yet believe in themselves. On the behalf of the class of 2025, thank you. And to our graduates, you've already shown the world something powerful, that grit, not just talent or luck, is what carries us forward. Some of you have faced grief, loss, illness. Some of you have carried more on your shoulders than most adults I know. Yet here you are, not just walking across the stage, but launching yourself into the world with purpose. Studies on college graduation rates have shown that it's not just the students with the highest SAT scores or GPAs who always make it through. It's the ones with perseverance, the ones who refuse to give up. Those who rose to the occasion, who embodied the never give up attitude. You've already shown that you have this grit. What is grit? Passion and perseverance over the long haul. Simplified as a never give up attitude. You stepped out of your comfort zone again and again. You showed up, not just to class, but to your growth, to your dreams, and to your future. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Amanda already started. I'm a pilot. I've flown over 2,000 hours. I've flown around the world from Texas to Afghanistan, through Asia and back. I've represented the United States as far north as the Arctic Circle and as far south as New Zealand. I've sat with ambassadors, planned logistics for presidents, led multinational military operations, conducted air jobs in combat zones, transported critically ill patients, and trained foreign nations to deny narcotics coming into the US. I'm telling you this not because I've won or succeeded, but because I've failed. I'm a failure. I failed out of pilot training. Now let me rewind. After earning my bachelor's degree right on this stage, I commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force and entered undergraduate pilot training. But with no previous flight experience, no dream to be a pilot, I hadn't spent my childhood playing with model airplanes or logging hours in flight simulators. I got there because I didn't want to leave an opportunity on the table. But early in training, I failed 3 flights in a row for inability to assess the wind before I even got to my first major evaluation. So if you see me looking at the sky, I might be assessing the wind. Just kidding. Next thing I know, I'm standing at attention in front of base leadership in my formal service dress uniform. They asked, "Are you okay? Did someone die? Are you depressed? Why aren't you keeping up with your peers?" They were hoping for something tangible. At this point, I had already failed out of pilot training, and at the time, the Air Force was separating people like me with no more than "thank you for your service" and an unemployment check from Uncle Sam. In that moment, I had nothing. No big excuse, no tragedy, just the truth. My heart wasn't in it yet. I said, "If you give me another shot, I'll prove to you I belong here." They looked at the facts. With no prior flight hours, I had a different instructor every training flight, no consistency, no mentorship. At this point, I hadn't flown in 2 months, and everyone else in my class was graduating into multi-engine trainers. I hadn't even done aerobatics, learned to fly in the weather, or conducted formation flying yet. Miraculously, they gave me one last shot. After the board convened, they let me know my fate. 3 simulator flights, 2 flights in a jet, and a check ride. If I passed the check ride, they would reinstate me. Not exactly a recipe for success, but that failure, it lit a fire within me. I didn't want to get pushed out of the military with a "thank you for your service." I wanted to earn it. So I worked, I leaned in, I got gritty. I was reinstated and washed back 2 classes. I'm sure people talked about me as I had failed out and was given an ultra-rare second chance. But I pushed forward because I adopted a growth mentality, which carries me to this day. My corporate work studies supervisor, Steve Spence, wrote me a letter during this time, and he said I had the right stuff. Not because I was the most talented, but because I refused to quit. That letter meant everything to me and was just one example of mentors supporting me and lifting me up. Now, as a military family, we move a lot. That means starting over often. It means finding a new village every time we land somewhere new. I had to make new friends, join new communities, and ask total strangers if they would be my kid's emergency contact. That's humbling, and it's exactly what some of you are about to experience as you leave for college. You're going to show up somewhere new, some of you far from home. You might not know anyone, and I want you to remember this. Shake a hand, meet a friend. Say hi to the person next to you. Go to the event, even if you feel awkward. Ask a professor a question. Invite someone to lunch, and build your support system on purpose. This is how you make roots, and this is how you find your next tribe. And don't just settle for any circle. Choose people who are positive and uplifting, who want to see you win. If your circle isn't building you up, find a new one. The truth is, you're going to need a village, and someone out there is waiting to be a part of yours. They just don't know you yet. So when I say to you, you have the tools to do anything you want, I mean it. But tools alone won't build your future. Grit will, a growth mentality will, and a village will. Effort counts twice. It turns talent into skill and skill into success. Talent is great, but effort is everything. People will judge you based on your background, your GPA, your story, your zip code. You'll apply to school and jobs, and all they have to judge you are the facts about your life. Show them who you are and surprise them. And when life knocks you down, and it will, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to be disappointed, but then you get up again and again and again. If a door closes, you have 3 options. Bash that same door in, like I did in pilot training. Find a new door and open it, because that's how doors work. Or let closed doors define you for the rest of your life. Class of 2025, surround yourself with goodness, people who believe in you, people who stretch you, people who remind you of your worth, even when you forget it. If your circle doesn't lift you up, change circles. Some of you may be scared of succeeding, some of you may be scared of failing, and that's okay. But don't say, "if I graduate," like I did early in pilot training. Say when. Don't say, if I belong, say, I do. Because you do. You made it here not because it's easy, you made it because you had grit, and you've just gotten started. So class of 2025, go fly, not because you'll never fall, because you know how to rise. Grit, a growth mentality in your village are the most powerful tools you can have, and each and every one has it. Every one of you has it. It's within you. Congratulations, and welcome to the rest of your life. Thank you.